Next up, coming to the stage, is a 24-year-old boxer that holds a record of 4-0, and he is a global superstar. He is also the founder of Boxing Bullies, and he's accompanied here by his team, his boxing coach, BJ Flores, also here in attendance. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jake Paul.
Let's go. Let's go.
Also getting ready to join us as well, live via Zoom. He's a 22-year-old pro boxer with a record of 7-0. He is a UK reality TV star. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome via Zoom, Mr. Tommy Fury. Okay. And I might need to add that I'm sorry. And I do need to add the WBCC champion, world champion, Tyson Fury is also with him. Jake, you are attempting to make a lasting positive impact in the sport of boxing with your program, Boxing Bullies. The boxing gym in Puerto Rico, your advocacy for women and maximum fighter purses. Can you tell us why you're so vocal in this arena and in this sport?
Yeah, look, Tampa Bay, thank you for having me. Look, the sport needed change. I came in and I saw how things were being ran, and it's not okay. You know, fighters need more pay. Women's boxing needs to be put on more of a pedestal, and I want to be able to give back. I've always given back since I was a kid, and that's why I dreamed of having a foundation as a young kid. And at 24 years old, I started Boxing Bullies with the mission of spreading awareness about stopping bullying. And if you are bullying, maybe turn to boxing and find a different path to give yourself confidence instead of tearing other kids down.
Well, obviously, you've been no stranger in the YouTube world and along with your brother, doing promotions, cross promotions all across the board. Obviously, me being in WWE, you guys have had a taste of that world as well. What you bring a whole different brand of fans when you come into the world of boxing, and how do you feel that crossover has helped you in this career and building your following and helping the sport? And what do you want them to take from it?
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, this is a show business. There's the show and then there's the business. So I've mastered putting on a show. That's what I did my whole entire life, and I'm bringing that into the sport of boxing because there needs to be a little bit of spunk, and we're in a new digital age where content is king, and that's just what I happen to be good at. So I'm bringing content into boxing. I think every boxer should have YouTube channels, TikToks, be tweeting all the time, and making the fights more exciting for their opponents. If you're a boxer in today's day and age, you can't just be good in the gym. You got to be good all the way around, and I hope to be able to be the leading example of that.
Well, you're definitely well on your way. You've had a couple of months to reflect on your last fight with Tyson Woodley. What are your takeaways from that fight, and what did you learn about yourself as a fighter along the way?
Tyson Woodley is a punk. That's mainly what I learned. But look, it was my first real test that I passed. A 5-time UFC champion who, you know, dominated the UFC with his big overhand right. And he hit me with a shot in the 4th round that was nothing. I ate it very easily and kept on moving, found a way to win, and passed my first test in my 4th professional fight. You know, no one from Muhammad Ali to Mike Tyson to Floyd Mayweather was testing themselves as much as I was in my 4th fight. So I learned a lot about myself, what I'm capable of, and, you know, performing under pressure. And I look forward to bringing that experience into this next fight with this guy, wherever he is. I don't know where he's at, but I'm going to smoke him.
Well, you talked about increasing your test each fight, and obviously you gradually increased the level of opposition, but you're taking a high risk and fighting a promising young fighter in Tommy very early in your development. Why Tommy Fury, and why is now the right time to fight him?
With every fight, you know, I'm the people's champ. So with every fight, I'm giving the people what they want. And what they wanted was fight a real boxer, fight a real boxer. That's what everyone kept on saying. oh yeah, you beat a 5-time UFC champion in your 4th fight, but fight a real boxer. So here is a young kid, same age, same height, same weight, same reach, with a better record than me, who has been boxing his whole entire life, whose brother is the heavyweight champion of the world. He has a legendary name. He has the following. He has the star power. It's the perfect fight. And he's a real boxer. So when I knock out Tommy Fury on December 18th, right here at the Amalie Arena, people will have nothing left to say. All the media, all the people out there who have doubted me and constantly had things to say about me years ago. Oh, Jake Paul is bad for boxing. Jake Paul is bad for boxing. I'm going to shut you all the fuck up. And you will put respect on my name after I beat this kid. Fight a real boxer, no fucking problem.
Well, obviously you have been preparing to fight a pro boxer at this junction. Last time you were fighting an MMA fighter. What do you think the biggest challenges and the differences are between fighting a person in MMA as well as, or from the MMA versus a person that actually, as you said, is a very young and up and coming undefeated boxer?
I mean, look, the way I see it is fighting Tyron Woodley is, he's an unorthodox fighter. It's two different styles. MMA guys come in with different types of striking. So when I'm fighting a boxer, it's going to be more of a chess match, more strategic, and we're going to be thinking a lot more in there versus the MMA guys just come out throwing overhand rights like you saw. So, we're switching things up in camp. We have a game plan, sticking to it. But I see a guy who is green. He doesn't have head movement. He can't fight going backwards. He's stiff. He's rigid. He has fast hands. He has good combinations. But we're taking all of that away, and there's not going to be anything left for him to do. This kid's chin hasn't been tested. He's only been put in with opponents that were meant to lose. I've never done that. All my fights were stepping into the unknown. For him, this is the first fight where the opponent isn't just put in there to lose. And so on the biggest stage possible, in front of millions of people, this young man will crack. He's not battle tested like me. He hasn't lived the life that I have. He hasn't gone through the shit that I've gone through. He's had a silver spoon in his mouth his whole entire life. He's doing this because his brother does it, because his dad told him to do it. This isn't something that he wants to do. If it were up to him, he would be an Abercrombie and Fitch model. So when you see the fight start, you're gonna see this kid break down, and he's gonna get hit with his first real punch, and he's gonna say, "Damn, why the fuck did I do this? I could have just been a model." Are y'all still on the Zoom call? Because y'all are quiet like some bitches. Two big bitches.
I just want to know when you're finished, Mr. Claw.
Two big bitches on Zoom.
December 18th, and you're going to get sparkled, mate. You fought a 40-year-old guy in your last fight. He hit with one proper punch and he fell through the ropes. And listen, mate, you can't put in the clause about not knocking me out. When I come for you, I'm knocking you spark out. You fought tired UFC people, a basketball player, and that's it. When you fight me December 18th, mate, you're getting knocked spark out because this is a step too far for you. Sloth with the biggest draw in the world I've ever seen. See you, stick to YouTube because that's all you're good for. Because when it's not rigged and it's not set up in the contract, you lose. And I'm going to show you what losing feels like come December 18th.
I know we're here via Zoom. But my question to you would be, why take this fight?
The question to me, why I take this fight? I feel like I've won the lottery. You're asking me to fight absolute nugget on a massive world stage. You're going to pay me very nicely and comfortably. And all I've got to do is fight Jake Paul, a YouTuber. I'm going to splatter this man come December 18th. I've won the lottery, so I'm begging Jake Paul, please do not pull out. Please don't pull out.
I never pull out ever. Ask my girlfriend.
Because normally, when we get to this stage in boxing, you've got to fight for a world title. And you're asking me to fight a YouTuber. Sign me up, please. Don't pull out. Please don't. I'm begging you.
Yeah. Tyron Woodley said the same thing, big guy. Hey.
I ain't no 40-year-old UFC tired man.
Guys, we can go back and forth all day, but I gave Jake the opportunity to answer some questions, and I definitely want the media here to answer questions for you. You gotta get a better Wi-Fi, buddy.
Hey, they don't got Wi-Fi in Gypsy country.
Yep.
So You saw Jake Paul's fight versus versus Woodley, and what did you take away from that fight?
I took this away. The man got a split decision win. That means you only just won against a 40-year-old retired UFC fighter. My God, well done. Good job, mate. You just about beat a 40-year-old man. When you get in there with a fresh 22-year-old who's been doing this all his life, you're going to wish you stuck to paying UFC fighters off from basketball players. You should have gone and fought Tiger Woods, not somebody who's done it his whole life, because you're in for a big shock, my friend. You are the one who's going to crumble, because you know why? When you're getting hit all about the face and your nose and ears are busted, you're going to be looking at BJ the Blowjob Flores and thinking, oh, God, what have I done here? I shouldn't have called him out. Oh, God, pull me out, pull me out. I'm begging you. Please don't retire on the stool. Come out and fight like a man, because you're getting knocked spark out. I wish it was tomorrow. I'd lay you out right now.
So you're a pro boxer turned a reality star influencer. Jake Paul is conversely a self-proclaimed YouTuber turned pro boxer. Been very dominant in the sport up to this point, undefeated. You've been very dominant in the sport, undefeated. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Can I finish?
They got beef now.
What you're saying, brother, is not right. Very dominant in the sport of boxing. He's fought two UFC.
Who have you fought? Your opponents have a combined record of 12 and 250. Your opponents have a combined record of 12 and 250. They've all been put in there to lose.
So,
boxing, my friend.
So
you couldn't do shit to my sparring partner. You couldn't do shit to my sparring partner. You said you were knocking him spark out too. Don't touch me, sir.
Tommy.
You pussy.
Tommy.
Yes.
Jake has obviously been on a huge stage. He's been all of his fights have been big fights. How are you going to handle the public demands? How are you going to handle the public demands along with the massive stage that you're about to be on here on December the 18th, live from Amalie Arena on Showtime?
You keep talking. Everyone keeps talking about the pressure and the people being there. I don't care about that. The 22, whatever it may be, 1,000 people in the arena, because there's only one man I'm looking at that night. I'm not taking in the crowd. I'm not taking anything. I'm coming over to Tampa Bay to do a demolition job and please the whole wide world. It don't matter how much pressure's on me. I don't care. Ever since I come into boxing, oh, that's Tyson's brother. Oh, let's watch him spar. Oh, he's having his first fight. Let's watch him. There's been pressure on me from the start. And just because there's a few more people there and a few more likes, I won't crack. Believe you me. It's in my blood. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to shut this guy up for everybody in the world that's asking for it. Because this was a step too far. And I'm going to prove that on December 18th.
You said the same shit when you fought my 5'5" sparring partner who was 15 pounds lighter than you. Your words mean nothing.
Trouble. You've got to get one bad fight to get a good fight, haven't you? Keep thinking on that performance against Anthony Taylor. I'm begging you. It's bad nowadays, isn't it, where you've got to put on a bad show just to get a fight. It's terrible, isn't it? So keep banking on that, because honestly, come December 18th, you're going to feel the power. You're going to get knocked spark out.
Bro, how many times are you going to say spark out? How many times are you going to say spark out? Bro, get it.
Tommy.
Jesus Christ.
Tommy, Tommy, we also have your brother, Tyson Fury, who is a champion on the line, and I don't want to leave this press conference without hearing his thoughts on this upcoming battle between you and Jake Paul on December 18th at Amalie Arena. Tyson, obviously, you have been on the global stage on numerous occasions, and obviously with sharing the stage at WWE. Thank you so much for gracing our sport with your presence. But what are your thoughts on Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul coming December 18th?
I think it's a really good fight for all the kids and everybody who's watching around the world. There'll be a lot of people watching. A lot of people are interested in this fight. And you got two young, undefeated guys going El Mono in Tampa Bay. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be an excellent night. But I think Tommy will knock him out. And that's no disrespect to Jake Paul. But like I said to Tommy, if he can't knock Jake Paul out, fucking fly to a foreign country and stay there. Because he ain't coming home.
You better book the ticket now. I'm sparring in camp. I'm sparring in camp, Steve Cunningham. I'm sparring in camp, Steve Cunningham, who laid you flat on your ass. So you guys have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of work to do over there, buddy.
We will now open up questions to the media. Tyson, we're going to open up questions right now for the media to ask either Jake Paul, Tommy, or yourself.
Mr. Paul, this is for both of you guys. you know, this fight could really be a turning point in your career. Arguably, you have more to lose than
I'm
he
gonna
does right now.
slap Logan
How do you see
Paul
this? How do
like
you
the
see
hero.
things going after this fight?
I just want to make it clear to all the media out there that the Paul family loves Tyson Fury, and it's no disrespect for Tyson Fury, but I do have to decapitate his younger brother, unfortunately. To answer your question, sir.
Logan,
To answer your question, sir. Yeah, the slogan of the fight is one will fall. So one of us has to fall. This is a massive fight for both of us. But I like to take big risks with big rewards because that's how you get paid in the sport. That's how you become a star in the sport. And I'm doing it early on. I'm not taking easy fights. I want to make history and I want to challenge myself. And that's what we're doing.
Well, let's see what you've got.
All I hear when you're talking is pip, pip, cheerio, pip, pip, cheerio, pip, pip, cheerio. Get some better Wi-Fi, you fucking gypsy.
How's that? How's that?
Hi, Jake. Annalise Bailey from USA Today. Last month, you said this was going to be your biggest challenge yet. Today, you're saying you're going to shut the media up, shut the Fury family up. Where does this never-ending confidence come from?
Man, you know, I think you're just born with it or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't lose. It's not an option. And I've won my whole life at anything I decide to do. So I don't see why I can't take over the sport of boxing and become one of the biggest prize fighters in the world. As a man facing another man in the ring, I am prepared to die. So going in knowing that gives you the ultimate confidence because I'm not afraid of anything and nothing can stop me. When you fully accept that you will give your life in the ring to defeat somebody, it's really hard for another man to have that same type of energy.
Talk about the bet you made on Twitter.
Yeah, $500,000 on the line. If Tommy Fury wins, he gets the extra $500,000. When I win, he has to change his name to Tommy Fumbles. His brother's going to ship him off to an island, and they're going to disown him.
So in the off chance you're going to win, as you say, what happens if you lose?
Not an option. Next question.
That'd be an option. Or else you're going to be pretty good at you.
My question is for Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, sir, is it not true that you've hired the #1 radio personality, Mike Calta, to rub your shoulders in between rounds?
This is a true statement. I spoke to him this morning on my radio interview in Tampa. Great guy. And I heard he's an expert in massage therapy, so he will be in the corner for the fight.
Thank you, sir.
Paul, how you doing, sir? Damon Gonzalez from Landbox Sports. Talk about your chemistry with BJ. You know, your last fight, we took notice right away that you sat on your punches and you punched with the puncher. You're not afraid of taking shots and giving them. Talk about that.
Yeah, 100%. BJ and I have a great relationship, and that's first and foremost with your coach. You need to click, and we have since day one. And this has been a work in progress. You know, I have a long, long road ahead of me and a long way to get better. But it's day by day, twice a day in the gym, working hard and improving on the basic fundamentals and not letting anything slip through the cracks. Again, this will be my 5th fight. So, you know, on this big of a stage, we have a lot of pressure to perform and to fight like a true professional boxer. And that is why I've gotten so good in the past 18 months. I've only been doing this as a pro for 18, 19 months now. But because we have to rise to the occasion and because we're fighting on the biggest stages possible, that forces me to become great.
Not just to flip the coin, but to keep it, to give it away. You know, you've went to Puerto Rico and you sparred against Enriquez and a lot of great young men in Puerto Rico. You've given back to the community many times and given gloves to kids over there. How humbling is that with your foundation to do exactly what you're doing at this stage?
It's a dream come true. And when you give, you get. You know, when I'm out there with those kids, giving them boxing gloves, teaching them about boxing, I get so much hope, inspiration out of it. And it's truly one of the best things and greatest accomplishments I've had in my life. And I'm so lucky to be able to be in a position where I can give back.
Jake, Josh Cassio with Fox 13 again. You could have fought anywhere in the world. Can you talk about how you guys chose Tampa for this fight?
I mean, baby, Florida is one of the greatest states in the world. Shout out to Governor DeSantis, baby. I mean, it's beautiful. Look at the weather. Look at the view. And home of the Buccaneers, home of the Lightning. You know, when we first were talking with the Amalie Arena, they were super generous, super kind. They wanted us to come here. They got me my own 69 number jersey. I mean, I don't see there's any better place to do the fight other than Tampa, Florida. Go Bucks.
And real quick, have you thought about the next fight? Who is on the list after Tommy Fury?
Just about everyone and their mother. You know, everyone wants to fight Jake Paul. They all want a payday. They all want to get on the Zoom calls and be like, I'm going to do what the world wants. I'm going to knock out that bloody blonde head kid and you get him out of there. Everyone wants to fight me. So really whoever I want. And this is just the start of a burgeoning career. I'm on fire, baby.
Any more questions?
Somebody put this bitch out. He's on fire.
So
He's great.
I'm gonna give both Tommy and Tyson an opportunity, uninterrupted, to give their final thoughts, and then we'll close out with giving Jake Paul the same courtesy and respect of being able to give his final thoughts uninterrupted. Tommy, Tyson, your final thoughts for this fight happening right here, December 18th, live in Tampa on Showtime at Amalie Arena. Go.
My final thoughts on this fight is, you know, Jake Paul is only in this for a bit of money, and that's it. When he clocks how hard this game really is, he's going to find out why the hell did he choose this path to go down. Let me tell you that for a fact, because I've been in this job my whole entire life. I've been smashed to bits in the gym by big heavyweights. I know what it's like to be it. This man hasn't been cracked. He's a newborner to this game. And when he gets smashed and he sees all lights, he's going to think, oh, what's gone wrong? But I'll tell you now, everybody's just having Jake Paul in this argument because he's got 20 million followers. He's this big global superstar. Strip him down to nothing. And what is he? He's another bum who I'm going to annihilate and I'm going to knock out and advance on my career. Because I'm looking way past this idiot. He's not even coming into my thoughts. I'm interested in being a world champion, like I've said, since I turned pro. December 18th, I take this fight for a commercial reason because it does nothing for my boxing reputation, absolutely nothing. In fact, it even makes me go backwards. So I'm just going to do what everybody wants me to do and knock this fool out. And December 18th, mark my words, Jake Paul will lose his first fight and he will never, ever box again. Mark my words.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tommy Fury. Now, with the final mic drop moment, first off, I want to say thank you for being here, actually in person, as well as all the stuff that you do. Me being a person that loves giving back, coming from humble beginnings, what you're doing with your platform is amazing. Now, your final thoughts about this fight on December 18th at Amalie Arena versus Tommy Fury.
Tommy's girlfriend's a catfish.
There you have it. Final words from Jake Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming out. December 18th, Amalie Arena, live right here. Jake Paul